Michael Falato again. We have our Full Throttle Leaders podcast today. Frank Vertolli from Net Conversions, a good friend of mine from the last 5 years in Orlando here. Frank, how you doing?
Doing great today, Michael. Thanks for having me.
So what's been going on, man? I heard you been growing like crazy. You started out kind of a self-serve um, branch of your company, and then you're also gaining new clients like crazy. I mean, that's what the talk here is in Orlando. What's going on with you guys?
Things are going well there's the main agency, Net Conversion. We just celebrated 19 years, entered our 20th year in business, so it's good. Um, it's never ending in terms of changing, more advances in media and ways to measure it. So that keeps it interesting. We work with a lot of great partners, everything from private equity funded roll ups to local Orlando advertisers and everything in between. More important than the media is the measurement, helping our clients understand how those investments in media turn into new customers, repeat customers,
Yeah.
lifetime value.
And what's your like your bread and butter? Like what's your perfect company that you want to work with? The ICP, the
Gotcha.
industry.
Yeah, it's not really industry vertical as much as it's the composition of we call them partners, not clients, call them partners.
Mm-hmm.
Their approach to media. We want to be a full stack partner. That's everything from a billboard to a keyword. Um, Connected television is a big new growth channel because it's less broadcast and it's more targeted and measurable advertising delivery. And you can measure who's visiting the website, shops, who buys, lifetime value, data ties into their CRM system. So, really, we want to be an extension of the team, helping everything from the strategy all the way through to media and advertising through the website or app or store and into lifetime value. We want to measure that whole chain with our partners.
And what's the difference between like OTT and connected television and all these
There's
other?
a lot of different terminology and hybrids. Most of the time, these channels, you think of old broadcast over the airways signal, still exists. It's out there, but not as many people watching it. Everything's connected now through a device, through an IP address in your home. So
Mhm.
really, over the top television or um, internet connected cable devices. That's all part of what we call connected television.
Mhm.
So there are differences in how you buy it, but at the end of the day, what we're doing is getting targeted and measurable, just like
How about
digital was for a long time, YouTube, those others. More and more, it's like that. You're buying inventory based on not just the show someone's watching, but who they are as an individual, where they live, what kind of behaviors, household income, rent versus own. All of those are targeted metrics, just like in digital ads, but now it's through television.
I would think connected radio and connected TV is way better to buy because you can track who it is and target better than terrestrial.
You can, but you pay for it in a premium. The more hyper targeted you want, the smaller the audience becomes, and the more of a premium you'll pay.
Mhm.
But if you're doing a great job with a great partner on the targeting and measurement, it does, I don't want to say pay for itself, but it does come out to be more beneficial for your media investment. There still is a place for things like the Super Bowl, where if you're going over broadcast to a global audience or the World Cup, it
Yeah.
makes sense. You're Coca-Cola, you want to reach everyone because everyone's a potential customer. We deal with much more refined and targeted where you want to reach a certain demographic about a certain product interested in a certain time period. You try to hone it in so you get the right message to the right person at the right time and you can measure their response
Are
through
you
their
are you
behaviors.
do more branding with your clients or more, hey, I want to activate them to do A, B, and C?
We always say we build from the bottom of the funnel up. So clients all want conversions, but it's in the name, net conversion. Um, but we build from the bottom up. So there are some channels, direct response, last thing a person does before they buy. Google search is a great example.
Mhm.
We buy that But at the end of the day, you can't just hang out at the bottom of the funnel. You have to work your way up as an advertiser, as a brand trying to sell or promote something. You have to make people aware of you before you can try to convert them. So I always say you can't just show up when the wallet comes out unless it's a really low barrier, impulsive, reactive, inexpensive thing. When it comes to selling cars or vacations or season tickets to a professional sporting event, you have to get on their radar early. You have to build brand and awareness. Those metrics are different. It's reach, frequency, which are more traditional metrics, but it's also coming to the website. It's about taking that unknown audience, moving them a little further down from unknown to known to engaged to consideration and all the transaction stages. So yeah, everyone just wants the conversions, but you have to do a lot of work to get to those. The cheapest ones are at the bottom of the funnel, but in all our clients that we've ever partnered with, it's never just enough to hang out at the bottom of the funnel. You have to at some point work your way up, and it's not, you don't have to blanket the world, but you do have to move up, reach higher on that tree, for once all the low hanging fruits down, you have to do branding and awareness and activation to get people more interested to move them along.
And how do you track if someone came because of your placement, right? And then 6 months later, 4 months later, 2 months later, they actually did A, B, and C, or actually purchased, or actually converted. Is there a really good way of tracking that nowadays, or not?
It's better than it's ever been, and it's still not just A plus B equals C. Users use multiple devices. We all have this device in our pocket that's one trackable, and we've got a computer or a laptop or a tablet. We get distracted in the shopping, researching, and dreaming and shopping process in travel or for other things. So anyone who tells you that they have perfect data doesn't know what they have, because there is no such thing. Users just, we're individuals. There are privacy rights. There's only so many things you can track. So we break it up in chunks. When you run a connected TV ad, we want conversion, but if that's your end all be all metric, you're not going to measure enough conversions to justify the investment. So what you have to do is come up with micro conversions or things you want to happen as a result of that media. So if
Yeah.
you buy a branding ad and you get them to the website, you should value the number of impressions you showed, how many people took a deeper action and went to the website. You can, and if you do measure a sale, you should do that too. But if you're only looking at the sales to justify it, you're missing a lot of the other value that media or advertising influenced a consumer. You can do surveys, you can value the website visit. They're now in a remarketing audience that you can reach. And then remarketing becomes an amazingly low cost channel. Well, yeah, because you had to get that person to your site or app sometime in the first place. And so you have to do a better job of measurement, modeling, and attribution to get a more complete picture. It's
How
not
about,
perfect, but it's better than it's ever been.
how about the AI situation where I bypass Google and I go to ChatGPT? So what are the best restaurants to go to for A, B,
Yeah.
and C? How,
Yeah,
are
it's
you in that space at all, or is it?
we are. There's a lot of ways to do SEO or a optimi- agentic optimization.
Yeah,
It's a constantly evolving space.
yeah.
There is no clear winner yet, and none of us trust them. I'm just going to ask, and whatever GPT tells me, I'm going to buy that or give it my credit card. Like, we've got a ways to go. Google Gemini, we use personally within the agency.
Uh,
We're on the Google stack, so Gmail and chat and phone, voice, and also Gemini is built in there. So Google's working on their own version. Everyone's thinking, GPT, OpenAI's or Anthropic, anyone you want to use, they're going to have to figure out a way to integrate ads. And Google, meanwhile, has ads and audiences, and they're figuring out how to integrate the AI, and everyone's working on this problem. So it will be new, but I've literally seen over 20 years of new, and the ads, the consumers, the advertisers all find a way to connect in a marketplace. So ton of growth in that space, keeps growing.
mhm.
And changes every day, but that's what makes it exciting.
And what's the best place to, or who should be they reaching out to at your company? Like, who's the guy that you say, I want to talk to someone here and I want to learn about this and I want to possibly be a partner of yours?
Oh, I'll personally take the call. We do have a team that I can put people in touch with. We've got some folks working on, partnership development. They're versed in having these conversations. It's different for every partner what they're looking to do. Some people are just getting started and they want to be at the bottom of the funnel. We can help with that.
Mm,
Some people are deploying a complete campaign but don't have a good understanding of what's working or not.
mm,
We can have that conversation too. But they can reach out to me directly. It's just frank@netconversion.com.
mm.
And I'll get them connected. I'll have the conversation myself and connect them with the right member of the team to understand their specific business. We have partners in healthcare, travel and tourism, private equity funded home service roll ups, restaurant QSR space. So, diverse experience of doing media and analytics just at the highest levels.
Well, thanks for making time, Frank. We had a great time talking again, and I look forward to seeing you around Orlando. And congrats on all the business, man. It's great to see you succeed in what you're doing.
Thanks, Michael. Great being here today. Look forward to talking again soon.